Good morning, friends. It's me again. How are you today? I'm doing pretty good. Let's start our morning with our good morning song. Hello, 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 and how are you? I'm fine, and I hope that you are too. Well, last week we talked a whole lot about water. We learned different things about water. We learned that water takes the shape of the container that it's in. We learned that water sticks to you. We learned that it sticks to itself. We also learned that some things it just couldn't stick to. Well, this Sunday we had some thunderstorms in Nacogdoches. I bet some of you were a little scared. You know what? Miss Desi was a little nervous herself. Thunderstorms. So that made me think I want to talk about thunderstorms this week and the different things that come with thunderstorms. Thunderstorms are tall, dark, puffy clouds. Thunder clouds are tall, dark, puffy clouds. Inside these clouds, there are little particles of ice and water. When all the particles bump into each other, electricity builds up inside of the cloud. Well, I want to know where those clouds come from. What about you? That's pretty interesting. Last week we did a water cycle bag experiment and we learned a few things in that, and I think that might help us figure out how clouds are formed. When you look up in the sky, what do you see? You see blue, usually. You see the sun. During the day you do. And most days you'll see billowy white clouds up in the sky. Clouds floating along. They float along like they don't have a care in the world. Sometimes you can even see shapes in those clouds. I've looked up before and I've seen a cup and saucer. I've seen an elephant. I have seen birds. Clouds can take the shape of anything. Okay, but where did those clouds come from? How are those clouds made? Let's look at this. Clouds are made out of water, little drops of water. A single cloud can be made of millions of drops of water. Did you know that clouds were made of water? I wouldn't have thought so. They look so soft and billowy. Water's wet and drippy. Clouds are formed when the sun heats up the water. The sun heats up the water and it brings it up. Remember, that's called evaporation. And then when it heats it up and it brings it up, it meets with some cooler air up in the sky. And when it meets with that cooler air, all those water droplets come together. And remember, we talked about how water sticks to water. And when it forms into a cloud, that's called condensation. Do you remember the song that we learned? Yeah, I do. Goes up as evaporation forms clouds, as condensation falls down as precipitation. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Well, today I thought we would have a little fun making some clouds ourselves. How are we going to do that, you say? Well, remember I said clouds are water. So I have my handy dandy tray here. See my tray? Got my handy dandy tray, and on my tray I have a cup of warm water. You have to have warm water. Have a cup of warm water. That's going to act as the air. I also have a jar that I'm going to put my warm water in. And I have some blue food coloring. I'm just going to put a couple of drops in here. I think it'll help us see a little better our clouds forming. I also have this stuff. What is that? I bet your mom has some of this in her bathroom. This is hairspray. It sticks to our hair. It makes our hair do things that we want it to do instead of just do what it wants to do. So hairspray. And I have the lid to the top of my jar, and inside my lid I have some ice cubes. With all these things, we're gonna make some clouds. I have not done this myself yet, so I'm hoping it turns out. Here we go. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little water inside my jar. Remember, that's warm water inside my jar. Then I'm gonna take my hairspray. You let Mom and Dad do this. You don't do it. If we were at school, Miss Jessie would do it for you. I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. And then I'm gonna spray, this is like the water droplets. I'm gonna spray it inside the bottle. And then I'm gonna put my ice lid right back on top. And if you watch real close, it's forming clouds. You see those clouds it's forming in there? I do. That's pretty cool. I think we lucked out and our science experiment was going to work. All right, I'm going to bring it back here because I want to show you what happens when I take this ice lid off the top. Do you see it? My cloud is escaping. Where's it going? That was a pretty neat experiment. I enjoyed doing that with you today. Hope you enjoyed it too. Love you. Bye.